All right, CD&SAM podcast, episode 38 now. Been a long time. Had a lot going on since it was like the end of May. I was in France for a while. Connor's been busy with baseball. A lot going on in the world of sports as well. NBA Finals, Nuggets win the championship.
Yep.
NBA free agency going on right now. There goes my camera.
See you later, Sam.
Start of or getting into the middle of the MLB season with the All-Star break coming up. Did the NFL draft happen in that time span, or was that before? No, the NFL draft is in April, right?
Yeah, I think it was before.
Okay. But yeah, a lot going on, a lot to talk about. Damn it, there it goes again. Might just have to hold this up. But yeah, you got anything, Connor?
No, I mean NBA free agency is one of my favorite times of the year, just because you know things are changing. I mean, Harden requested a trade, some stars requested a trade. Dame finally asked out of Portland, and then a bunch of other people get new deals with different teams and trades, obviously.
Yeah, so I don't know, I'll get your. Let's start with the Wizards in a weird. God damn it. I don't think that sentence has ever been said. Let's start with the Wizards, but
Yeah,
obviously they've been one of the bigger. God, you're freaking kidding me. Okay. I swear if this thing. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it and y'all can deal with it. Okay. So obviously a lot of moves made by them. The Porzingis trade, but then also they ended up with Jordan Poole. Had Chris Paul on the team for a little bit.
gave Kuzma a bag.
Kuzma got a bag. I don't know. I guess somebody has to score points for them. So I don't blame them for giving Kuz the contract, but
Jordan Poole's gonna
I
go
don't know.
out there and win the scoring title, dude.
Jordan Poole is going to average 40 shots a game.
Yeah.
I'm predicting Dylan Brooks level efficiency, but averaging about 27 points a game.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't keep CP, but I mean that was kind of like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, the Thunder kept him that one year, though, so I didn't think it was completely impossible.
that's true. And they were solid that year. They were the 7th seed and made the playoffs.
5 seed. Get it right,
They were the
Connor.
5 seed?
Yep. Lost in game 7.
To
I
the
thought Chris Paul
Rockets?
should have won MVP that year, but yeah, that
Did they
was the
lose?
Rockets series.
So,
That was if you remember like the James Harden block on Lou Dort at the end.
yeah.
It's the only time he's ever played defense in his life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean the Wizards kind of just had like another Wizards off season.
Yeah.
Do you know who the GM is over there?
I don't, but I mean, he should probably be fired. I don't think they got enough for Bradley Beal. I mean, what did they get? Like two first round picks, something
They
like
got
that.
I think got 2 and maybe a pick swap.
I mean, I think trading Bradley Beal was the right move just because of his contract so ridiculous, which is again on the Wizards like, for giving him 52
How
and a
are
half
the
a year.
Suns gonna Dude, I just realized that. How are the Suns gonna pay everybody, dude?
The
KD,
Suns
Book,
literally have 4 guys on contract and the rest of them are on vet minimums. Like, let me pull it up. I think it's those 4, and then I don't know if anyone else is getting paid more than like 3 million a year or something like that.
they can't.
Yeah, it's impossible. They've got 4 max contracts pretty much.
Aiden's on a
Um,
max.
yeah, let me look at. So they have, Aiden's on a max, I think, of some sort. Wait, let me pull it up. Yeah, Aiden's getting 31 a year. So they have those
Jeez.
4 players, and then their next highest paid player is Cameron Payne at 6 million a year, and then Torrey Craig at 5 million a year. They literally have 4 basketball players.
Yeah.
Do you think the Suns can win the West next year?
Yeah. I mean, they definitely have the potential to. I think it'd be crazy if you would say like the Suns can't win the West.
Yeah.
They definitely can. But I don't know if they will just because of it's a one ball game.
Yeah.
And none of those 3 have really been known as great facilitators. I mean, KD
Yeah. I mean,
can.
KD can, but he's also 7 feet tall.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know if he's your point guard.
And there will be little to no defense played on that team.
That is very
they're just
correct.
going to rely on star power, just like the Brooklyn Nets did a couple years back.
Yeah, definitely, but maybe with even less depth. Okay, well, here's the question I'll pose because I think we would both favor the Nuggets to win the West again next year,
Yeah.
as of now. So would you put the Suns second?
I would. There it goes. But
There it goes.
I think the Warriors are going to be good. I think the Chris Paul addition will help them. But I would still put the Suns next. Yeah. You?
Yeah. I kind of think the Warriors might be too old. I thought the Draymond deal was just terrible.
That was a lot of
Um,
money for Dre.
it's not that it's a lot of money; it's a lot of time. I mean, how is
Yeah.
Draymond Green like 34, something like that? Um, so giving him a 4-year deal where, I mean, yeah, he's 33. So if you look at like next year, do you think Draymond Green should be making 25 million? The answer is probably no. But when
No.
he's 37, should he be making 25 million? That's, I think, will probably be ridiculous
Yeah.
when it happens. But I mean, looking at their key players for next year, Chris Paul's 38, Steph Curry's 35, Draymond Green's 33, Klay Thompson's 33. Even Wiggins is getting up there. He'll be 29 next
Mm.
year. Andre Iguodala, their key piece, is 39. Finals MVP. And then they really just haven't had. Remember, they had the number 6 and the number 8 pick not too long ago. They got Kuminga and Moody, and those guys just kind of haven't panned out for them the way they would have liked.
I
So
was listening to something, and it said like Draymond Green said Chris Paul is going to like completely unlock Kuminga.
it's possible.
It's definitely
Um,
possible, but
Definitely
I
as a
don't know.
lob threat, Kuminga's got the athleticism to be that guy.
Yeah,
But
isn't he like not really that tall though?
I think I want to say Kuminga's like 6'7", so
Yeah,
he's
like
not
6'7",
like
6'8".
overly tall. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, but we'll see. I think it's a little bit too old for them. So I might put the Suns second. Or
The Kings
actually,
are also going to be good.
the Kings are going to be good, but I don't know if like either De'Aaron Fox or Sabonis, whichever you say is better. I don't know if one of them is getting you to the finals as your best player.
Yeah.
I think the Lakers offseason has been really impressive. Re-signing Reeves, re-signing D'Lo, and then also adding Jackson Hayes, RIP. But more importantly,
Right,
Gabe
they can
Vincent
have
was.
Jackson Hayes. You can
I
have.
think it's a nice change of scenery for him. I hope he does
Yeah.
well. But
Wasn't he beefing with AD though? Remember
he,
like
he
that one
beefs with a
game?
lot of players.
Yeah,
But Gabe Vincent was a big addition.
that was a
So
great
they
addition.
they had a lot of depth, as well as you're bringing all the guys back from this year. I think um, the Lakers. I think the only question is how much LeBron can have left in the tank if they're going to really compete for a championship. Because
Yeah.
I don't think you can rely on AD to be your best player. So I think if LeBron is playing the way he did this year, the Lakers could definitely contend for a championship in the West.
Yeah, I mean, if you have LeBron on your team, you definitely can, compete. Um, but so we kind of just glossed over this. The Wizards, like the with the Wizards deal, the Celtics, like, what do you think they're doing, man? I mean, they kind of just threw away
I
one of
don't. They're trying to overhaul the roster a little bit, which I understand considering, it's been the same core group for a while and they haven't broken through and gotten that championship. And, it feels like they've been on
they were on the
the brink
brink
of
though.
that. So
Yeah,
maybe if you retool a few things, I think they can get there. But I think that more than the roster, the coach was the problem. Missoula was outclassed in every playoff series this year. And I don't really know why they've put their faith in him and went away from guys that they've had like Marcus Smart, Grant Williams. It feels like they've chosen the coach over the team.
yeah. I I don't really understand it because they had some dogs on that team,
For
and
sure.
Porzingis is like the opposite of a
Yeah,
dog.
I don't know if
I
he's
feel
bringing
like
in that kind of hard nosed mentality that Marcus Smart was, but
just that Boston mentality.
yeah.
Like Grant Williams brought it. Marcus Smart,
Yeah.
obviously, defense.
Yeah, you're losing a lot of identity with those two guys.
Yeah, well said.
But I think the value they got for Marcus Smart, like I think maybe we can agree Porzingis might be a better player than Marcus Smart, as well as
Yeah.
they got 2 first-round picks as well. So the value they got was outstanding, but I don't know if it is going to make them better right now.
So are they gonna run Rob Williams and Porzingis?
I'm interested to see that because Al Horford he continues to get older, And I mean, you could certainly run Porzingis at the 4,
Oh,
even
definitely.
though he's 7'2". So I'd be interested to see how they'll utilize those 3 bigs next year. I think it'll probably be a rotation of 2 of them in the starting 5, but we'll see.
Yeah, Al Horford's still solid. Um,
Yeah,
Now to get into like the biggest winner of free agency, the 2 guys the Rockets signed, Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks. Sam, I don't know about you, but I thought Brooks was on his way out of the league for some reason.
I
And he
thought
had
he was
like
on his way to the Lakers. That was my call for a long time. I did not see him getting 20 million a year to go play in Houston, but um, yeah,
yeah,
the Rockets are so young. They have all these rookie contracts that they had to hit the salary threshold.
yeah,
So that's why I think you saw those contracts been given out. But it still seems a little bit ridiculous for Dylan Brooks to be making 20 million a year. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, I'm not a big Dylan Brooks fan. And look, the Rockets are gonna suck again. And from a Pelicans fan perspective, like you said over text messages, like it's good for us, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it makes them better. Fred VanVleet would be a nice addition. I thought VanVleet was a nice addition if you were going to pair him with Jalen Green in the backcourt, and that would be
Dude,
pretty good.
you saw what
But
happened with him.
no, what do you do?
You didn't see about the thing
No,
with
I
him
did
and
not.
Josh Christopher.
Oh no. Okay, I did see that. Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say I'll tell you off.
Yeah. um, but yeah, I think Dylan Brooks is just going to end up taking away like shots from some of their younger guys like Jabari Smith and
Amen
Jalen
Thompson.
Green.
Wait, did they
I
get
still don't.
a men or which Thompson did they get?
Which they got him in. Um, but yeah, I don't get the Dylan Brooks move. I think he's just going to end up taking away voice crack. I think he's just going to end up taking away looks from some of their younger guys.
Damn, the Rockets have a bunch of young players. They got
Yeah,
Jabari, Jalen Smith, or
yeah,
Jalen Green, and Amen Thompson now. That's a
yeah. They
real good
had
big 3 to build around.
they got a lot of young talent. I mean, that's what you should end up with when you're terrible for 3 years. But
Yeah,
um, yeah, we'll see.
yeah.
I still don't think they'll be contending for a playoff spot, and maybe next year, but I don't think this year.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about this upcoming season. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah,
Um,
no, not this upcoming season.
a bunch of a bunch of people coming off the rookie deals got the bag, like Hallie,
For sure.
um,
Yeah, the 2021 draft
LaMelo.
class got paid. Yeah, LaMelo and
Damn.
all over $250 million contracts.
I
Which
think I
is
saw
still.
something. It was like Halliburton, Edwards, Grant, and LaMelo. I think combined it was like $1 billion.
Yeah,
Like it was something
it's
ridiculous.
crazy the money that's being bounced around in the NBA right now. I want to get your take on Dallas re-signing Kyrie. Good move, bad move? You think they had to do it?
I think they more or less had to do it because what they gave up. They knew Kyrie was going to be a free agent after this year,
Yeah,
and I don't think they wanted him to be a rental. Because if I feel like if they would have let just Kyrie walk, then that would have been some trouble with Luca.
yeah,
Because it would have just been the Luca show again.
yeah, for sure. I think maybe they had to do it, and you couldn't because they were so bad last year with him that you just couldn't give up that easily.
Yeah,
For what you gave up
it was like a
to
dignity
get
thing.
that duo. Yeah. But I mean, with that duo, you could definitely contend, but they need other pieces. Right now, like if I look at their supporting cast, which they did add Grant Williams, which I think is a nice pickup,
That
but
was a good pickup. I
it's
like
like
that.
Christian Woods, Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber. I don't think that you're um, competing with like the Denvers or the LA's or Phoenix out in the West.
They're not. They're I feel like they're a pretty soft team, except for Grant
Yeah,
Williams. Grant Williams is a dog.
Grant Williams is
Didn't
a
he go to
Batman.
he went to Tennessee, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Uh,
LSU played against him a few times.
yeah, I remember that. I don't know what to think of the East heading into next year. Um, if the Heat make that move for Damian Lillard, which I think they will, you might have to favor them. but I don't know. The Bucks are going to be very good again. The Celtics should be very good again.
The Sixers, I mean, we don't
I
know
still
them.
think the Sixers can contend, but
Yeah. I mean, they have
we'll see.
JoJo, so I mean,
Yeah. Um, so
I
I think maybe
think,
the Heat are favorites, but I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I think the Nets are gonna kind of bottom out just because,
Yeah, definitely.
um, I mean, you got the average teams like the Hawks, Bulls, and Raptors. What do
I'm
you
interested
think?
to see what the Hawks are going to do.
I'm just interested to see what the Raptors are gonna do with Pascal.
Yeah, I've been in some trade rumors recently. I've said for maybe 2 years now that the Raptors should blow it up. They should have once they lost that bubble series to the Celtics in the second round. They should have blown it up.
Yeah,
They failed to trade Kyle Lowry. They're gonna probably end up failing to trade OG Anunoby. Um, so
yeah, that's a disaster waiting to happen.
they should have seen the writing on the wall earlier instead of trying to stay in that mediocrity. I think firing Nick Nurse was probably the right move for the rebuild, which they need to start now. Because otherwise, it's just going to be a very boring 35 to 40 win basketball team this year.
Yeah, and for the foreseeable future, if they don't do anything,
Yeah, for sure. Because Pascal Siakam's a really nice player. I think he's greatly overrated by the hoop heads, but
you do.
uh, so Pascal Siakam's there's a few players in the NBA that I qualify like in this category. So they're underrated by the general public, but then like the really smart basketball fans think it's smart to say that they're really good, and so they end up being really overrated by the nerds.
You think Pascal's one of those
Pascal
guys?
Siakam is one of those players.
Well, you think Halliburton's one of those guys?
A little bit, but I actually think Halliburton is that good.
I
And
do too.
I'm a
I
really
feel
big
like.
Halliburton fan.
Well, I'm kind of interested now. Who else would you classify?
Anthony Simons is another one that hoop heads love to say is really good, and he's
Yeah,
just
sure.
not. I'm sorry.
He's a
Um,
Jordan Poole 2.0.
yeah. Who else? There's a few other guys on here. Malik Monk these days is one of
True.
those guys. Uh, but yeah, there's a. If I had some time to put this list together, I could come up. Oh, Josh Giddey. Um, but yeah, if I had some time to
I
put
like
together
Giddy.
this list, yeah, I know, but he's too highly rated by the nerds.
Yeah,
My
no, I
problem.
hear you. Sam, what do you think? Just
Oh,
your
Laurie
predict.
Markkinen is another one.
That's a good one. Is the Jazz? Everybody just likes
Right.
to meet ride them. But so what are your predictions for just like these trade rumors, like with Harden and Lillard? Let's start with Lillard.
Um, I think Lillard's going to end up in Miami. I don't see a way around it. I think that um, the Blazers are going to be very accommodating to where he wants to go, and that seems like from everything his agent's putting out there, it seems like it's obviously Miami. I'd love to see him come to the Pelicans, but
You think
and
he would?
I think we have the capital to do it. Obviously, if you look at, would you say, oh, would you rather have Tyler Hero and a few picks, or would you rather have Zion and a pick or something like that? I would rather have Zion. So, but I don't think he wants to come here. So probably Miami for him. And then James Harden, if he's smart, will stay in Philly, but I don't think he's that smart. So we'll see.
Yeah. Do you think there's a world where Dame stays in Portland?
I think it's possible if Miami just like doesn't have enough, which I think they do,
You do?
but
I see. I don't think they do. I think they're gonna really need like a third team to kind of like help them get Dame.
it's possible. I
But
think Hero and picks would get him, but I don't know.
you do?
I don't know how much the Blazers would want Tyler Hero. I mean, he's gonna be 24 next year. It's not like he has this huge ceiling,
Yeah. I feel
other
like
than
he's
being maybe a
starting
20
kind of.
point per game scorer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, they do have all of their picks in line for the next 5 6 years, so they could end up overpaying there. But oh, we'll see. I think he's going to end up in Miami. I mean, you can picture it in your head, right? Same colors.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know how they would get it done because if I'm Portland's GM, I'm not taking Tyler Hero, bro, and like Nikola
Yeah.
Jovic. What do I know?
Yeah, no, we'll see.
I think Harden's gonna stay in Philly though, and I kind of
If
hope he
he's
does
smart.
because those are like I kind of like the Sixers.
Yeah, I like the Sixers group more than I have with like past teams. Although
I
they
like
need to just
Maxey.
commit to Tyrese Maxey. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was
he's the
saying.
guy.
I feel like
But
Maxey's
yeah,
also a dude that people kind of overrate,
yeah,
like
the
you
hoop
said.
heads. Yep. Uh, yeah, there's a specific group of guys, but I digress. You have any other NBA thoughts?
Um, no, other than I was just very confused on some of the bags that got handed out. But
Yeah, Jeremy Grant over 30 a year. Dylan Brooks is obviously very confusing. Fred
yeah,
VanVleet.
so I saw this thing. It was like this report saying Dame was like gonna keep his mouth shut until the first couple of days of free agency was over and see like what the Trailblazers did. That dude said, "All right, like I like you, Jeremy, but I don't like you
Yeah,
that much."
no, yeah. Got to get out now.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't have an overwhelming amount of Pelicans thoughts heading into this season. I mean,
Um.
if we're not going to trade Zion, I think it's the same thing as last year. I'm very excited to watch Trey Murphy, and that's really all I have to say.
Yeah.
I'm glad we extended Herb. That was good news.
That was good news. Good call. I think, and like the money Herb got compared to like Dylan Brooks, it like makes me feel good
Yeah,
about like the deal he
yeah.
signed, but at the same time, it's confusing.
Yeah, it was a team friendly deal, I think, for the Pels.
Yeah. W Herb.
Um, MLB stuff
Yeah. Let's talk a
because
little bit about baseball.
gotta give
Um.
way here.
Yeah, me being a Yankees fan, I'm kind of disappointed. You too, that Judge is hurt. I mean, I think his team has a lot of upside, but um,
Yeah, for sure.
we just got the Yankees just have to make the playoffs. Any team, just like Astros, are in the same boat. Just have to get there, and anything is possible once you get there.
Anything is possible if we have Judge and if we have that 1-2 in the pitching rotation.
Yes.
Um,
Oh wait, is Rodon throwing tomorrow? He is.
yes, he is making his Yankee debut tomorrow. Um, so if Judge comes back, if he can be himself, we'll see. They've had some not great injury reports on him because he accounts for so much of the offensive production. The lineup, it just looks a little bit flat without him.
A little
So
bit. Looks like a
yeah, it
minor
looks
league.
very flat. It's a very different lineup without Judge. So if you can get Judge back, and if you can have, I mean, the Yankees starting pitching is just ridiculous. They have the best bullpen in baseball this year, but that wasn't even supposed to be the thing in their pitching. If they're healthy, your playoff rotation could be Cole, Rodon, Nestor, and Sevy, which I think
Sevy's
Rodon and
been good.
Cole are both obvious aces. Nestor's probably a two pitcher or an ace on most teams, and then Sevy's probably a two or a three on most teams.
I mean,
Um,
Sevy's looked pretty bad the last couple of times.
his last couple starts, he's had a rough time, but I still have a lot of faith in him. He's had a rough season this year, but I still think he'll figure it out. He's got the stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so I still think weirdly this is the best position we've been in to win a championship, but it just all has to click for us at the right time.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Yankees fans have said for the past 4 years.
Yeah, you got to get healthy. And yeah, we'll see. I think as I've said all year, I think the lineup is borderline top 10 with Judge, and the pitching is outstanding. But I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, so Sam, I guess, um, who do you think the best team in baseball is?
It's the Braves.
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
the Braves, if you don't win the NL this year, I think it would be massively disappointing.
I don't think
They've
it's
been
even
so
close.
dominant. Ronald Acuna is the obvious MVP. Sean Murphy's been incredible behind the plate.
I mean, they could
Starting
have a
pitching's
team with
looking
like
really good.
Travis
Uh,
d'Arnaud, like
yeah.
Ozuna.
No, they have all the pieces to win another championship.
Yeah,
This
that
could
team is
definitely be the next
insane.
dynasty in the MLB.
Yeah,
Yeah, it feels like in 2021 they kind of stole that championship, but now they've got everybody set up. Everybody's on these team friendly long term contracts over the next 5 6 years, and they could have another couple championships coming their way.
yeah. There's also some like exciting teams like the Marlins. The Marlins are they're
Marlins are
quietly
14 over.
14 games over.
Yeah, the
Diamondbacks.
Marlins right now have the second best record in the NL. Now, unfortunately, they're going to end up in that wild card series more than likely, but they've been really surprising this year.
How
Their
about the
pitching's been great.
Diamondbacks, man?
I like the D-backs too. I still think they'll choke this division to the Dodgers because that's just how the NL West operates. But and I think the same thing in the AL West. I think the Astros will win. But I like the D-backs and I like the Rangers this year too.
There are a bunch of teams in the NL that I like am kind of like invested into. Like the
Yeah,
Giants. I like the Giants. They've been playing really
I've
well
been
this
watching a
year.
little bit of them lately.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too. Obviously the Reds. I mean, Ellie De La Cruz is. I mean,
yeah,
that
he's been
dude's
killing it.
unbelievable.
I don't know if they have enough pitching to really make a run in the postseason, but the fact
Yeah,
that they're even here is really impressive.
yeah.
Uh,
And then
I thought they
obviously
would.
like the Marlins.
Yeah, no, the Reds very impressive. I would have pegged them maybe fourth or third or fourth, probably fourth in that division this year. Um, Instead, the Cardinals. My Cardinals, they've been terrible this year. Did you happen to see how the Cardinals lost last night?
Yes, I did. They overthrew
I was
the.
watching live. It was spectacular. Um,
Was it Jordan Hicks pitching?
yeah.
And
No,
he
the
like,
Cardinals are special this year.
yeah, they suck. Bro,
Yeah.
I want Newt Bar to be a Yankee so bad. I love that dude.
I know we need another outfielder, so we'll see. I think we'll probably make a move for somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know who it would be, but
I don't want it to be another rental like Benintendi was.
yeah. Well, I mean, if Benintendi had stayed healthy, maybe we could have re-signed him, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
The White Sox also suck.
The White Sox do suck, but so does the rest of that division.
Yes.
So I was thinking, I maybe it was Buster Only that was bringing this up, but do you know how baseball obviously has like the balanced schedule now, where you play your
Yeah.
division
Yeah.
six less times? So how that is going to end up impacting the Central divisions more than anyone else, and you see it already this year, where the worst division leading records are in the Central, because all the big markets are on the coast, and so now there's Central. All those teams are small markets, especially the AL Central. Um, and the records are just going to be really bad in comparison to the rest of the league.
Yeah, I'd definitely say it's mainly the AL Central because I mean you still got like Chicago in there.
Yeah, no, the NL still has the Cardinals and the Cubs, who are two of the top 10 markets in the league, but
Yeah.
especially the AL Central, Minneapolis, Cleveland, Detroit, the
Chicago.
White Sox, and the Royals and Kansas
Kansas.
City.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm
Yeah.
intrigued. If you had to pick the AL winner right now, who would you go with?
I mean, I guess I have to go to Astros.
It's a safe pick. I don't know if they've got it this
There's a
year.
lot of question marks. So, like, I think the Yankees really can do it, man. Like,
I think so too. It comes down to Judge and Rodon though.
yeah,
If they're playing it, Rodon was at his Cy Young level last year, and Judge was at his MVP level, then they could definitely do it. But we'll see. Those are big questions.
yeah.
I
What about you?
think right now I might take the Rays. I really like their
I feel like
pitching. McClanahan's probably the best pitcher in the AL.
Eflin's been good
And
for him.
a lot of young athleticism that I think is going to play out well over the course of 162 games for them if they stay healthy.
Yeah. Their pitching's kind of been banged up, but their lineup on the whole has been healthy.
Yeah, the bullpen I think is the only question with Tampa, but I think as of now I would pick Rays and Braves World Series, which would be cool, I think.
Oh no, that
But
definitely would be a cool World Series, but I think it'd be cooler if the Yankees were in there.
yes, I agree. Um, it's really unlikely the amount of times the Yankees make the playoffs and don't make the World Series. So one of these years it's going to happen.
It's bound to, right?
You would think. Um, any other baseball takes? Shout out to the A's. They've done slightly better since I roasted them.
Yes, they have. Oh, do you have a roast for today or no?
Yeah, the Mets are an easy candidate.
Yes, the Mets suck.
The Mets do suck. They just can't play baseball like if you watch them, they can't field or like base run, and those are things where it's just like, oh, you watch a team, and you say, oh, they're bad at baseball. The Mets are bad at baseball. They do every like little thing wrong, and that's how you end up with the highest payroll. They're 6 games under 500.
Crack me up, Sam.
Well, no. I mean, think about it. You like the teams that are at the top of the AL. You have the Rays and the Orioles have the two best record. Yeah, they're two best records in the AL right now, and they have the 29th and the 28th lowest payroll in baseball. And then you have the Mets, who are somehow 6 games under and have two pitchers with the combined contracts that are more than both of those franchises' entirety. And it's really fun to watch. The Mets are going to Met. I've said it countless times.
Yeah.
As long as I said it last year throughout the whole season, people were saying, oh, the Mets are going to win the World Series. As long as the Mets are spelled Mets, they are not legitimate contenders. And that still stands this year because they suck.
Yeah, they do suck. I mean, Lindor's been terrible. Alonso had been great. Marte's having a down year.
Yep. Pitching hasn't been healthy.
I mean,
Edwin Diaz wins Met of the year still.
yes,
he metted harder than anyone had ever metted before.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that I don't really have a huge roast for them other than that they suck and they have the highest payroll.
Yeah.
But which speaks for itself.
Yes. Writing's on the wall.
Let's see. Any other do I say? Oh, my other roast is for every athlete that's ever taken a Saudi contract. I think it's just so wildly stupid. You're not playing meaningful.
Did Benzema just go over there?
Yeah, Benzema, N'Golo Kante, I think Ruben Diaz, Ruben
Obviously,
Neves.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo a few years ago, of course. All the golf stuff. I think it's so lame. I mean, these dudes are already millionaires. I don't get it, especially the guys that are going in their prime. Because I get for Benzema, like, oh, you already pretty much did everything you could do, and he's like 35, so why not go make another 300 million and call it a day? But like guys like Ruben Diaz and Ruben Neves, who are like 26, 28, I think, taking like 60 million a year, like 100 million a year. I think it's just so stupid because it's not meaningful soccer. And it pisses me off. Yeah.
You digress.
I digress. Let's see other sports takes. Tottenham. I'm getting excited for this year. They're gonna break my hearts again, but or my heart in singular. They're getting my hopes up though. We'll see.
That's good.
Poise.
I'm excited for the Saints. But...
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited cautiously. Oh, I tell you, I didn't tell you, we played basketball with Foster Moore the other day.
My dad played basketball with Foster Moore the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll see if I'm going to play in a little bit. I'll see if I see him today. But I think the Saints, I think we're going to be okay. But going into the year, it's like, man, let's get excited to go lose to the Cowboys in the wild card round at home because that is the goal.
Shut up, Sam.
I know it's pessimistic, but that's the goal. The goal. Okay, maybe not the Cowboys. Who else would we lose to in the first round? Maybe like the. Let me pull it up. What's our goal this year? There it goes.
Seahawks.
No, the Seahawks are not making the playoffs again. Yeah, maybe. No, the Niners are going to win that division. Okay, no. So our goal is to, realistically, I think the ceiling for the team is that they lose in the divisional to somebody.
For the Giants.
Which would be an okay season, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited that we're not going to suck, but I'm also pessimistic that we're not going to be contenders. There's no chance of us being contenders, I don't think.
I think we'll be all right. I have us going 10-7.
I have us 10-7 too because our schedule is terrible, but I still don't.
I feel like it could be a lot better though. Definitely, if things actually go the Saints' way this year, we could definitely go 12-5.
No, I think so too, but I still don't know if are we gonna beat the Eagles or the Niners or the Cowboys? Maybe the Cowboys, but are we gonna beat the Eagles or the Niners in the playoffs?
I feel like the Niners kind of still have a question mark with Purdy.
Yeah, no. If the Niners had a quarterback, I
Their
think I'd
defense
maybe
is
favor them.
horrifying, though.
Yeah, no, it's scary.
Fred
But
Warner,
it's those two teams in the NFC, and then I think it's a really far gap to everyone else.
us, and the Vikings. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
How did
I
the
don't know
Vikings
if
go 13-4 last year, bro?
with a minus 3 point differential. That was the most fraudulent 13 win season, I think, in NFL history. And it showed in the playoffs. It got whipped by the Giants, but you know.
Brian Dable.
Yep.
That does it?
That does it, yeah. Unless you have any other takes here.
Nope. Just
Try and be on here slightly more frequently because I like
yeah. I
talking
mean,
about
my
this.
schedule's significantly slowing down, so I
Yeah.
should be.
Hey man, unless TJ Maxx needs me, I'll be
Yeah, I mean,
on here.
say you're a highly touted.
I gotta feed the family, you know.
Yeah, put food on
But
the table.
yeah, anyways, thank you for listening if you somehow got all the way through this. But yeah, we'll see you next time. Give the outro.
Sam
Sam
and
and
CD,
CD,
CD and Sam.
CD and Sam.